In an earlier presentation, we looked at creating some animation effects to move objects on the screen and then to change the timings and sequencing in which they appeared. What we're now going to do is add something called triggers so that we can have buttons which will cause those actions to take place. And I've created 3 buttons here, movement 1, movement 2, movement 3, and I'm going to specify some of these animations to those buttons, and it means that I can change the order in which I actually make the things move when I'm running the presentation. So what we'll do, I'm going to start with the movement of the centre into the middle, the wing defence, and that centre is going to become movement 1. So I'm just going to select the 3 animations, and the way to do that is if I hold my finger on the control key, I can just click on the lines which represent the animations and it will select them for me in the right hand side. I could have selected them in the right hand side, or I can select them that way. But the key now is on the drop down box. I'm going to go to timing, and there's this button here called triggers. If I click on that, at the moment there's a little bullet that says animate as part of click sequence. I'm going to change that so it starts the effect on the click of, and I'm going to do movement 1. So it's chosen rectangle 2, movement 1. It's identified that rectangle, which I've already added the text for movement 1, so I know which one it is. So when I click on that rectangle, it's going to make that sequence happen. So I click on OK, and what you'll see here is it's got the trigger here and then everything below it that appears. Now at the moment I've still got to click the mouse individually to make these things happen, so we're just going to go into the second to all those items, and I'm going to make them start after previous. So your first one will appear when you click the rectangle, and then the second animation will appear straight afterwards, and then the third animation will appear after that. So I'll just repeat that with some of the other movements. So I'm going to take the top 2 animations here, I'm going to do timing, triggers, start the effect on the click of, and then rectangle 23 is movement 2, and then the final option will be timing, triggers, and I'm going to go for movement 3. Oh, and I just need to change that one so that it starts, I'll make it start with previous, so you've got 2 things moving at the same time. So if I now run my presentation, so if I go to slideshow from current slide, if I do movement 2, we see those 2 moving at the same time. Movement 1 is the centre, the wing defence, and then the centre again. And then movement 3 is that object there. But the beauty is that you can click on the buttons at any order or any time within the sequence, so you can keep replaying what it is that you are doing. And that's an introduction to the idea of triggers within PowerPoint.